What's up, podcast? We're here with another episode, and today we're going to talk about meaning mine, Jason Cassity, the new iBuying tool that we just unveiled and how it's supposed to give us the tool to not necessarily compete with Zillow and Opendoor, but compete with Zillow and Opendoor. So today, my guest on the podcast is a friend of the show, my friend David Spiewak.
Hey everyone.
With Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage. He's an agent here in downtown San Diego, just like me, but I just like to have him on the podcast to rap about industry stuff because he is smart and funny.
You know everything to say to me.
So, first of all, what's up, man? How are you?
Doing well, living the dream, life is good.
Living the dream. What's new with you, man? Are you reading any books, watching any shows or anything like that?
No. I mean, I know I should be reading books. I was reading like just nothing business related, just a wild life, like Alaskan, get lost in the woods kind of, not up in mountains, but I even forget.
Wait, is it like that one, what's the Emil Hirsch movie, that Into Alaska or something?
No, I actually have read that. No, I forget what it was. My mother gave me this and I read it on planes, which I'm taking tonight.
Yeah.
It's about this family that moved from Pennsylvania to Alaska to like make it, fish, hunt, and to do all that, and the struggles being a husband and a wife trying to build your own thing. I know, kind of boring, nothing business-like.
So wait, where are you going? You're taking a plane?
Yeah, back east, Philadelphia, Red Eye.
Nice.
I hope I'm not aging myself, but I got my 20th high school reunion on Saturday, and threw a few back, bought a plane ticket, bought a ticket there, and then...
Wait, you did this on last Saturday?
No, I did this a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you got drunk and did it though?
Yeah.
Drunk planes.
Not drunk, but buzzed. And you know what? If I wanted to do it a little buzzed, I really wanted to do it sober, so I'm glad I did it. It'll be good to see family. It'll be good to be back in Philly for the opening weekend.
That's true.
Go Birds.
Eagles, Skins. I'll tell you what, man, I'm notorious for making drunk plans and then not going through with them. I feel like most people are, but I'm like, yes, that's an amazing idea.
Right.
Let's definitely do a 2-week trip to Colombia and Peru. And then it's like...
We'll win at $600 and you already clicked. You're gonna do it.
Yeah, good for you, man.
This close after the Super Bowl to get a ticket home for the parade, but thankfully I didn't do that. That would have been
good for you, man. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right, so the iBuyer tool, for those of you who have been paying attention, most of you who haven't, I'll update you a little bit. Basically, it's a landing page on my site so that people here in San Diego can go insert their address and they can get a cash offer on their home within 24 to 48 hours. Very similar. The idea was completely ripped off from Zillow's instant offers program. Opendoor is another competitor that does that, and that's their entire business practice. Basically, is you get a cash offer, and then they'll give it, an offer. It's going to be 10 to 25% below market value, probably, with a big fee attached to it. And then what they do is they buy your home, and they'll go in and new paint, new carpet, and put it back on the market and sell it. It's basically no different than the old school like WeBuyUglyHomes.com.
Right, call us here.
Yeah, the light pole in your neighborhood that had a number. We'll buy your home cash.
Right, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Car.
Yeah, and your car. So it's exactly that, but really what's taken off over the last couple of years is the remarketing it as with the term iBuyer. And so basically Opendoor and then now Zillow Instant Offers, it has taken off and they've instituted this at scale that's never been done before. They're rolling these out city by city nationally as a way to jump into the flipping game ultimately. That's where they're making the money off. Zillow actually has a way to make seller leads through their Premier Agent program. Opendoor is really just flipping the house. And then they get a fee off each one too. So they're making money. I mean, they're actually...
Isn't around like 10% too? Like everyone thinks it's a less expensive way to go, but then in the back end...
It's a complete convenience play, right? Yeah. So it's one of those things that like if you're looking to sell your home to Zillow or to Opendoor just to save the realtor fee, that's the wrong way to do it because you're actually going to end up paying 10 to 13% and you only pay a realtor 6%. So like you're going to lose money.
Right.
It's a complete convenience play. So if you live in San Diego and your parents are in Miami and they pass away and then you give you their house and you have to sell it, a lot of people would choose the convenience of just getting a cash offer in their account 7 days later rather than like listing it, fixing it up, going to interview realtors, all that type of stuff, right?
Yeah,
so it's very rare. I don't think it'll ever be more than 5% of the market share. It's a niche type thing, but it's out there and it's been proven. They've bought, I think Opendoor is like, they have bought over 2,000 homes in each of their markets. Like it's happening out there, but it's a very small niche because of the cost to it. Anyway, so what I did was I created a landing page on my site where clients in San Diego can do the same thing. And so I don't have the Wall Street institutional investors that they do, which is why I could never do it at scale. But I have, just like everybody, I have investors who would buy flips, right? How many times a week do we get slide-dialed from investors that are like, I'm looking for a cash offer.
Hi, this is Pearl. Or like you get an unknown number and it rings twice and then it's like, the message, so sorry I missed you.
Yeah,
well,
so
guess
sorry.
what?
Well, yeah, so they're investors that slide dial us all the time, but there's tons of investors out there that would buy my flip. I just need to find the flip, right? So this is a tool to allow me to do that, similar to me going out and posting on light poles, I'll buy your home cash. And so the competitive advantage is I now have this to offer on my listing presentations. You know, hey, like obviously what most people are going to do is use this as a baseline to see what their house would sell for, and then end up probably listing it anyways at market rate.
Sure.
Right? And so that's what I do too, is I'll submit the offer from my investor as well as a CMA. You know, what they could get.
Right, which makes sense.
CMA and a net sheet.
Would you do fair market, or would you go below charge less? You know, fee?
No.
Like,
I would say, hey, here's the offer from my investor with no fee, which is why we can compete with Zillow and Open Door, because there's not that service charge. Because what I'm going to get the listing on the back end, so I don't care. You know, there's no fee for it. And so here's the offer. You have a $500,000 house. Here's an offer for $450 from my investor, cash, 7 days. Any investor would do that, because then we can sell it again for $500. And then what I can do is I can put it on the market for $515 at 6%, you know what I mean? And you'll still net more than doing it this way, or whatever that may be, you know? And so then now my clients have choices. They have options.
I think it's awesome that you're you know, proactively doing it.
Yeah, it wasn't too hard. It's just basically duplicating the seller page on my website, and now I'm going to run Google pay-per-click ads to that page. I changed some of the terminology, and I'll compete on, you know, keywords like sell my home cash offer for my house, you know, whatever the keywords on Google pay-per-click are, and I'll try to win in that space against Zillow and Open Door.
Makes sense.
And then there you go. Now it's just another tool. So if you're listening in and that's something that interests you, www.thecassidyteam.com/cash offer. I'll also put it in the show notes here, but again, it's thecassidyteam.com/cash offer, and you can play with the tool yourself. If you're listening to the show and you're just doing it to test it, just maybe put a note on your thing like testing, so I don't actually get you a cash offer from my investor. If you're doing it from outside of San Diego, sorry, it's only San Diego, so I'll know right away that you're just listening to the show. But yeah, I think it's pretty rad. So we'll see how this goes.
How far out would you go?
As far as my investor would go, I assume, and that's another thing is too, as continues, I'll call this the beta phase, but as this continues to grow and I pick up investors in different areas, I assume like there's no limit to where anyone in California.
Absolutely.
I'm licensed anywhere in California, you know. But yeah, this is I think it's more of a feather in my cap rather than being a complete like tool from my arsenal. But so we'll see. I wanted to announce it. I mean, I've been sharing it on social media and things like that, but obviously I want to share for the podcast. Also get some good content, and anytime I can hang out with you and get to rap with you and hear about your trips to Philly.
Right, absolutely. In the air conditioning instead of outside in the god-awful heat and this terrible humidity.
What's up with the humidity? It's the humidity. That's the San Diego. We're not supposed to be humid here.
Right, it rained yesterday.
That was poured yesterday. It's wild. By the way, it's September 3rd or 4th. You know, it poured yesterday.
Right.
What's up? How do you feel about your Eagles this year?
I mean,
give me a prediction. Give me a record.
12-4 easily.
That is optimistic.
I mean, come on. I think we're totally winning the division. I had Super Bowl or bust in my head.
You're gonna get two. You're gonna get two against the Redskins for sure. You're gonna get. I think the Giants are always a rival game. So if you split the Giants, split the Cowboys. So that's 4-2 in the division. That means you're gonna go basically 8-2 the rest of the way.
Well, yeah, and we're playing the AFC West.
Okay, so I think that's.
We're not West, Jesus. I'm like in my head East, Miami.
Oh, so you got two more against the Dolphins.
Well, just one apiece.
Oh, that's right. One against the Dolphins, one against the probably get the Jets. Bills could be tough. I think 10-6.
Well,
so let's split it and say 11-5. No, you said 12-4 at least.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think. I mean, the Giants, we crushed them all the time. They were awful last year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know everyone drafted Barkley number 1.
It's rivalry games, though. That's why.
Totally, but we just destroy them. I love it. And we got Deshaun Jackson back. Remember that Deshaun Jackson catch?
I do. I remember
and run back.
The ball down at the 1 yard line, too.
Yeah, because he's such a jerk when he's not playing for you.
I did draft Jordan Howard in both my leagues.
I went Homer and Wentz.
Did you?
On both.
Oh, I love Wentz.
And,
if he stays healthy, he's a top 5 quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, come on, stay healthy. I think he's doing like the Brady vegan or plant or something. I don't know.
Tom versus time.
I'm hoping. Prince Harry. Yeah,
that's awesome. Prince Harry. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I like your outlook. 12-4. I'm thinking 10-6. I definitely think they're winning the NFC East, though.
They're definitely going to make the playoffs. Yeah. They're definitely, hopefully.
If I was a betting man, if I can get Eagles make playoffs, I would take that bet. I'm sure it's going to be like even money or something.
Right, McNabb bet on them to win the Super Bowl in Vegas last week. Yeah, breaking news.
Baller. Thanks for tuning in to the podcast, and until next time, Jason Cassity with my good friend David Spiewak.
Hello, hello.
Peace.